What is going on, guys? This is Mark with Reaper Airsoft, and today we're going to bring you something that SHOT Show 2015 did not. As many of you know, SHOT Show was last week. It is over. This is where all the industry leaders, all the manufacturers, everybody comes in to demo their new products, their new items, and everything else. We've seen a lot of stuff, stuff from Elite Force releasing new models of guns. The G28 was announced as the official 2015 limited edition. Valken's bringing their own line of guns out. KWA's got some new stuff, so does ASG and a couple other guys. Lots of new things. Well, there is something that they didn't see, at least I didn't see anybody commenting on in my inside scoop here from my industry insiders, is there's going to be a shakeup in the industry here about halfway through the year. As most of you know, most of you have heard of G&G. They are distributed in the United States by Top Tech 101 USA and Valken Airsoft. And if you guys don't know what Valken is they're a distributor. They're like a middleman. They buy stuff from Tenergy, they buy stuff from G&G, they buy a whole bunch of everything, they make some of their own stuff, and then they sell it to us retailers. Now, Valken's a nice setup because for us retailers, I don't have to go to Tenergy to buy batteries, then go over to G&G and buy guns, and then go someplace else to get something else. It's an all-in-one stop for us retailers. So it makes it nice. Well, the thing that Valken's become most known for lately is knocking off Polar Star. They had a Polar Star distributor license for, about a year, I believe it was. And then they came out with their own HPA system, the V12 engine. So Valken has done this with a couple other items too, but it hasn't been as widely known. And some of the other guys have let it happen. Recently, they've gotten Lonex on board, and they're releasing Lonex parts under a Valken brand. They've got Tenergy batteries that are under a Valken brand. They just rebrand and they sell to kind of push their name. Now, the only thing Valken hadn't been doing were AEGs and guns in a Valken brand. And at SHOT Show, they released a picture of what's supposed to be something similar to Crossman's CO2 bolt blowback system. It's an HPA style system. But the thing is I didn't see many posts for a Valken AEG yet. But since 2013, we have been hearing, late 2013, around December of 2013, we were hearing that G&G was going to pull all their product from Valken beginning of 2015. Now, when this announcement first happened, we were a little concerned because if we're not going to get it from Valken, we need to go directly to Top Tech to get them. So we asked Valken and we asked Top Tech, and at the time they both denied that this was happening. Both said relationships are great, blah blah blah. No, everybody's happy. Well, SHOT Show 2015 this year, some of my guys, some of my insiders let slip that Valken lost G&G. And there is reports that Valken was telling retailers to go to G&G's booth and tell G&G that if Valken was not going to be allowed to carry G&G product, then the retailers weren't going to carry G&G themselves. So Valken was trying to blackmail a little bit, trying to get the retailers on their side. Now, there's a few reasons for G&G to pull out. The obvious reason is Valken may be working on a complete knockoff of the Combat Machine. You can't really argue the fact that the Combat Machine and G&G are highly popular guns. They sell pretty well. Even G&G themselves said that's one of the most popular selling guns in the United States. So it would only make sense for G&G to make their own variation, or not G&G, but Valken to make their own variation under a Valken brand to increase profit margins. It's what they've done before on past stuff. I can only see them doing it again. Now, I'm told the reason G&G is pulling it from Valken and giving it to Top Tech exclusively again is Top Tech is whining they are not competing in sales, which they may not be. For us, like I said, it was easier to go to Valken and buy a bunch of everything than it is just to go order here, order there, and mix it up. It's one stop. So these could be very well the two biggest reasons, and this, in my mind, is the biggest factor of why G&G would be pulling Top Tech. Now, I'm pretty sure if Valken is losing G&G, that they have a gun on the way. There's no way they're going to lose this gun this brand in the middle of the year and have nothing to offer. They would lose a lot of business themselves. A lot of customers would look elsewhere. They're not just going to go to Valken to get batteries, blah, blah, blah. You know, like I said, G&G was a huge deciding factor. So this is a huge loss for Valken. This is a massive loss. And even if they have their own brand coming out, one of the biggest losses to it all is that name brand recognition. G&G compared to the Valken name, there's no weight. Valken carries no weight to G&G's brand at all. There's, you know, not too many people have heard of Valken, and if they have, it's been accessory based. It hasn't been nothing major. So for us to carry a Valken gun over a G&G gun, it's a little bit harder. So their prices are going to have to be extremely competitive. Their products are going to have to be extremely competitive. It's going to have to be of equal or greater quality. You know, they're stepping into an industry where there's a lot of manufacturers out there, a lot of rebranders out there that are just taking guns and rebranding their name on it and calling it a day. Echo One does this excessively. Everything Echo One is made by somebody else. You know, the same can be said with Elite Force. You know, Ares makes a majority of their product. So there is not too many companies out there who offer an original design or an original, you know, part, something that's going to be reinforced. And with Valken sinking a lot of money into rebranding, their BBs especially, their BBs they have been pushing, and I'm sure you guys have seen the propaganda, all the you know, game over. They're specifically targeting Elite Force, trying to compete in the BB market. This could hurt them, and it could be very well game over for Valken if it doesn't go the way they plan. So, in my eyes, for them to be losing G&G, there is a Valken AEG on the way. There's no way, shape, or form around it. They either have another distributor ready to go to push their shit, or they got somebody making it and they will have it for sale. On Top Tech's end, they just moved into a new warehouse in the U.S. So for them to pull Valken distributorship tells me they're going to try and push big this year, which means we may see a price cut in the combat machines. We may see better quality in everything. We may even see we may see a huge new line coming and expansion possibilities. So for them to do a new warehouse and pull, there's something else big that they have going on. Whether it's just trying to increase sales or not, I don't see somebody doing a whole new warehouse plus pulling one of their leading distributorships for nothing. So there's something else going on, and it could be very well that they knew from the start that Valken was working on knocking off G&G's combat machine line, and they just wanted to prevent it, and now they need to combat it. They have another competitor, the same way that Polar Star now has to deal with the V12 engine. You know, they had a distributor who then knocked them off, and now they're a competitor. Valken is going to burn a lot of bridges if this is the case. They have already started with the V12 series. You know, they're in the BB war now, so they're making enemies. It's not probably the best way to go about doing your own line, but it is a smart way to do it. You take something that sells, something that works, and do it yourself. Why not? You make money. They're trying to grow their business themselves. They're not in it to be friendly. They're in it to make money. So when it comes down to the bottom line, dollar and cents, Valken made the right move all day long. G&G made the right move by pulling their product to preserve their company. They're going to make a huge push. They're going to have to compete. That's what they should have done. So we're going to look to see a little more what's going on. Like I said, I've had this all confirmed from inside G&G, from inside Valken, and from outside. So we should start seeing Valken lineup probably sometime before June, sometime before summer, I would assume, before, you know, when spring hits, because if they're going to lose G&G shortly, I expect them to have Valken guns on the shelf ready to roll when G&G is finally out. But I'm going to keep my eyes out and ears open on it, see if we can figure out what's going on. And as more details come about, I'll let you guys know. Hopefully, you know, if Valken does come out with a line, I'm going to pester my guys over at Valken to see that gun, to get a little sneak peek at it, to bring it to you guys to see if it's going to be worth it, and if it's worth it, we'll carry it. Until then, if you guys could like, comment, subscribe, let me know what's going on your side of the airsoft industry.